It's 3 a.m., the world outside is asleep. The city lights twinkle in the distance. The house is still. But you're wide awake. Your body isn't in pain. Your mind doesn't feel anxious. There's no nightmare, no noise, just wakefulness. And no matter how many times you turn over or close your eyes, sleep seems like a train that left the station without you. Sound familiar? If you're over 50 and this happens often, you're not alone. In fact, early morning awakenings are among the most common sleep complaints for older adults. But here's the surprising truth. It's not just old age. It's not something you have to just accept. These 3 a.m. wake-ups are messages from your body and mind. They're clues, sometimes subtle, sometimes loud, that something deeper is going on. In today's video, we're going to explore the 5 most common reasons why you might be waking up in the early hours of the morning and what you can actually do about it. From hormonal shifts and changes in your body clock to emotional patterns, medication side effects, and simple lifestyle habits, we'll walk you through what's happening, why it's happening, and how to respond with awareness and care. So if you're tired of being wide awake while the rest of the world sleeps, stay with us. What you're about to learn could be the turning point in how you understand and experience your sleep. Chapter 1: The Melatonin Drop. Let's begin with one of the most biological and most overlooked reasons for nighttime awakenings: a drop in melatonin. Melatonin is often called the sleep hormone, and for good reason. It's produced by a small structure in your brain called the pineal gland, and its job is to signal to your body it's time to rest. As night falls, your brain naturally begins increasing melatonin production in response to darkness. It helps lower your core body temperature, slow your heart rate, and prepare your system for sleep. But here's the challenge. Melatonin production decreases significantly with age. By the time you reach your 60s or 70s, your body might be producing just a fraction of the melatonin it did in your younger years. And while that might not stop you from falling asleep initially, it can absolutely cause problems in the second half of the night. Why? Because your internal melatonin tank starts running low by 2 or 3 a.m., right when you need it to stay asleep. The result? You're awake. Not panicked, not alert, just missing the chemical cues to stay in dreamland. What you can do about it? A. Create complete darkness. Light is the enemy of melatonin. Even soft lighting from a digital clock, hallway nightlight, or your phone can suppress melatonin levels. Try blackout curtains, turn off night lights, and cover or dim glowing electronics. B. Consider a melatonin supplement, but less is more. Many people overdo it with high doses. For older adults, a very low dose, 0.3 to 1 milligram, taken 30-60 minutes before bed is often more effective and less likely to disrupt your body's natural rhythm. Important: always talk to your doctor before starting a new supplement, especially if you take medications. C. Ditch screens before bed. Smartphones, tablets, TVs, these all emit blue light, which tricks your brain into thinking it's daytime. Try turning off screens at least an hour before sleep. If you must use them, wear blue light blocking glasses or use night mode features. D. Get outside in the late afternoon or early evening. This might sound counterintuitive, but light during the day helps your body produce better melatonin at night. A 20 to 30-minute walk in natural light, especially later in the day, can do wonders for syncing your internal clock. E. Avoid stimulants late in the day. Caffeine, nicotine, and even some herbal teas can interfere with melatonin production. Cut these off by early afternoon to give your body time to wind down naturally. Think of melatonin like a quiet, gentle friend who helps you fall and stay asleep. But as you age, that friend becomes quieter and visits less often. The good news? With small adjustments, you can support your body's natural rhythms and invite that friend back into your nights. Up next, we're looking at how your internal body clock itself may be shifting with age, leading you to wake up far earlier than you'd like, even if you don't want to. Chapter 2. Your body clock is shifting. Let's talk about your internal clock, also known as your circadian rhythm. Your circadian rhythm is like a 24-hour conductor, coordinating all your body's functions. When you feel alert, when you feel sleepy, when hormones are released, even when digestion slows down. It's tuned to the cycle of light and dark, and it governs your natural sleep-wake patterns. But here's the twist. As you age, your circadian rhythm tends to shift earlier. What once was a 10:30 p.m. bedtime may now feel more like 8 or 8:30 p.m. And when your body naturally wants to go to sleep earlier, it also wakes up earlier, sometimes far earlier than you'd like. This is called advanced sleep phase syndrome, and it's incredibly common in older adults. But many people don't realize it's happening. Instead, they just assume something is wrong with them when they wake up at 3 or 4 in the morning feeling wide awake and unable to fall back asleep. The reality? Your body may already think it's morning. This doesn't mean you're broken. It just means your internal clock needs a little fine-tuning. What you can do to resync your clock. A, gradually shift your bedtime later. If you're falling asleep at 8:30 p.m. and waking at 3:30 a.m., try staying up 15 minutes later every few nights until you reach a bedtime that's closer to 10 or 10:30 p.m. Don't jump ahead too fast. Your body needs time to adapt. B, use bright light therapy in the morning. Light is the master regulator of your circadian rhythm. Try sitting near a 10,000 lux light box for 20-30 minutes after you wake up. Morning light exposure helps anchor your body clock and reduce the tendency to shift too early. C, stay active and socially engaged in the late afternoon or evening. Isolation and inactivity can signal to your brain that the day is ending too early. Take a walk, join a club, call a friend, or do light stretching after dinner to gently stimulate your mind and body. D, again, avoid dim lighting too early in the evening. Turning the lights low at 6 p.m. may seem cozy, but it tells your brain it's bedtime. Instead, keep your environment bright until at least 8 or 9 p.m., then slowly begin to dim the lights to prepare for sleep. E, quit it off naps after 3 p.m. Napping can be beneficial, but if done too late in the day, it reduces your sleep drive at night. If you must nap, keep it short, 20 to 30 minutes, and do it in the early afternoon. The goal here isn't to fight your body, it's to work with it, to gently guide your natural rhythm into a pattern that gives you restful, full night's sleep. These shifts take time, often a few weeks, but with consistency, your clock can reset. Up next, what if the problem isn't your sleep hormones or your body clock, but something physical, like discomfort, pain, or your medications? Let's take a closer look at the hidden physical triggers that can be waking you up without you even realizing it. Chapter 3, Hidden Physical Interruptions. Sometimes the reason you're awake at 3 a.m. isn't about hormones or body clocks. It's physical, and it's subtle. Maybe you feel a dull ache in your hips. Maybe your bladder is suddenly full, even though you barely drank anything before bed. Physical triggers are one of the most common and most overlooked causes of early morning awakenings in older adults. Let's explore the big three. 1. Pain and discomfort. As we age, we naturally deal with more physical wear and tear. Joint stiffness, arthritis, back pain, even just pressure points from sleeping too long in one position. But here's the catch. These pains may not be strong enough to wake you up completely, but they can pull you out of deep sleep and into a lighter stage, where even minor discomfort makes it hard to stay asleep. What you can do. A. Try gentle stretches before bed, especially for the hips, lower back, and neck. Loosening muscles can reduce pressure that builds up overnight. B. Use body pillows or knee cushions to support joints and reduce strain. C. Consider a heated blanket or warming pad if stiffness is an issue. It can increase blood flow and reduce discomfort. D. Talk to your doctor about timing of pain medications. Some are more effective if taken before bed, helping you stay asleep longer. 2. Nocturia, frequent nighttime urination. You fall asleep fine, but at 2:30 or 3 a.m., your bladder wakes you up. And once you're up, you can't fall back asleep. Sound familiar? This is called nocturia, and it's more common with age due to hormonal changes, weakened bladder muscles, or medications like diuretics. It's annoying, and more importantly, it fragments your sleep. What can you do? Limit fluids 2 to 3 hours before bed, especially caffeine and alcohol, which are diuretics. B. Try elevating your legs for 30 to 60 minutes in the evening. This helps fluid accumulated in your lower limbs return to your bloodstream and be processed earlier in the evening. C. Talk to your doctor about the timing of medications, especially water pills, diuretics, which can be adjusted to earlier in the day. D. If this is a frequent problem, ask about a bladder evaluation to rule out more serious issues like prostate enlargement or overactive bladder. 3. Medication side effects. Many medications list insomnia or disrupted sleep as side effects, but it's easy to overlook, especially if the drug isn't new. Blood pressure meds, antidepressants, allergy medications, even statins. These can all interfere with your natural sleep cycles, especially in the second half of the night. What you can do. A. Review your medication list with your doctor or pharmacist. Ask, could this be affecting my sleep? Is there a better time of day to take this? Are there alternatives that are gentler on sleep? B. Never adjust medication timing without medical advice. But often, small changes, like moving a stimulant-type medication earlier in the day, can dramatically improve sleep quality. Your body is always trying to communicate with you, sometimes through signals like restlessness, waking, or discomfort. The key is to listen gently and then make small adjustments that honor what it's asking for. Next, let's explore something less physical but just as powerful. Because sometimes what's waking you up at 3 a.m. is emotional. Chapter 4. Emotional and mental triggers. Sometimes the reason for your 3 a.m. wake-ups isn't physical, it's emotional. Feelings of stress, anxiety, or unresolved thoughts can silently creep in during the night's quiet. Your mind may replay the day's worries or start to anticipate tomorrow's challenges. What's tricky is that this doesn't always feel like classic anxiety. You're not necessarily tossing and turning, heart racing. Sometimes it's just a quiet restlessness, a drifting awareness that keeps you from falling back asleep. Why does this happen? When you wake in the middle of the night, your brain's natural calming mechanisms aren't as strong as during the day. The prefrontal cortex, the part that regulates thinking and judgment, is less active, so your thoughts can spiral more easily. Stress hormones like cortisol may spike. Instead of calming down, your brain shifts into a vigilance mode, keeping you alert and awake. What you can do. 1. Create a pre-sleep wind-down ritual. This means more than just brushing your teeth and turning off the lights. Aim for 30 to 60 minutes of calming activities before bed. Reading a physical book, gentle yoga or stretching, meditation or deep breathing exercises, listening to soft music or nature sounds. The goal is to quiet your mind and lower cortisol levels well before sleep. 2. Use mindfulness and grounding techniques if you wake up. If you find yourself awake at 3 a.m. and your thoughts start to race, try 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding. Name 5 things you see, 4 you can touch, 3 you hear, 2 you smell, and 1 you taste. This shifts your focus away from worries and back into the present moment. Practice slow, deep breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, exhale for 8. This calms the nervous system. 3. Journaling. Keep a worry journal or gratitude journal by your bedside. If your mind fills with thoughts, jot them down to release them mentally. 4. Therapy and support. If nighttime anxiety is persistent or linked to deeper emotional challenges, talking with a therapist or counselor can provide long-term tools in healing. Emotional wake-ups aren't a sign of weakness or failure. They're part of the human experience, especially as we age and life brings more changes. The good news? With simple mindfulness habits, you can teach your brain to relax again, even at 3 a.m. Conclusion. So there you have it, the big reasons why 3 a.m. wake-ups happen, and most importantly, what you can do about it. From biological shifts like falling melatonin, to physical discomfort and medication effects, to the emotional currents that rise in the night, your body and mind are simply signaling that something needs attention. The power lies in small, thoughtful actions. Darkening your room, protecting melatonin, managing pain and bladder health, reviewing medications, calming your mind before bed and through the night. You don't have to accept sleepless nights as a fact of aging. Instead, you can reclaim your nights and your energy during the day. Call to action. If you found these insights helpful, Hit that like button and subscribe for more tips on health, sleep, and well-being. Share your own sleep struggles or wins in the comments. I'd love to hear what works for you. Remember, better sleep is within reach, and it starts with listening to your body and mind with kindness. Here's to peaceful nights and brighter mornings. Sleep well